Centra are one of the largest telecare, care and support providers in the UK. We're independent, which means we're not dependent on anybody else's products or kits, so we can integrate any device that is monitorable. Telecare is something that isn't always well understood by people. It is emergency call response, so button and box kits that you often see in sheltered housing schemes. So people who have a pendant around their necks and pull cords around the flats. But increasingly, telecare is about much more than that. Rather than just focusing on telecare, we would say we are a provider of technology-enabled services. What's unique about Centra is that we combine our technology expertise and experience with face-to-face support services. So we run domestic abuse services, support services for people with learning disabilities, mental health problems, floating support for older people. And what is all that about? All of that is about supporting people in their homes, in their communities where they live. To help people stay independent in their own home as long as possible, there really needs to be integration, both at strategic policy level, but really at an operational and practical level as well. What we find on the ground with our support services and our telecare services is often the funding streams don't join up, and that's not good for people, because what people need is seamless services to help them live the lives that they choose. Our mission and purpose is to help people to stay independent, to stay healthy and happy and keep connected. And I think that is the key message that we're really interested in getting across today. To help people stay connected, I would urge policymakers to think about assistive technology in all of their policy areas, because we are in the midst of a technology revolution. It has the ability to transform lives. It's not scary. If you have the imagination and the skills to innovate, then there's lots that we can do to really support people and transform lives. So I think the key projects that we're working on at the moment are around linking together the technology with the services. So it's not really just about a shiny bit of kit. It's about how technology, how devices can integrate seamlessly into services so people can live the lives that they want to do. So if I talk about housing for a moment, we're looking at a tenancy sustainment offer. So we know that a lot of people in social housing, for example, get into difficulty in maintaining their tenancies, particularly if they've got challenging and complex needs, mental health problems and so forth. If people have mental health problems, they're likely to get into difficulties with rent arrears, possibly antisocial behaviour. So we're looking at how we can use the expertise we have in our monitoring centre, which is 24/7, 365 days a year, to both triage and signpost people to specialist sources of support and provide support as well. So it's enhancing personal and face-to-face services, not just a replacement for that. The other thing we're doing that's quite whizzy is we have a pilot project with an Amazon Echo, a connected home device lots of people are familiar with. And what we are training Alexa, which is the software within the Echo, to do is to respond to emergency call situations. So we have trained the software, which is based on artificial intelligence, to respond to emergency call situations. The next thing for us is to roll that out into real life situations with real data. At the moment it's just at the prototype stage. But that's really interesting, because for me technology now is not just around emergency responses, it's around identifying early response, prevention and prediction, and that really is how the game has changed. It's been a fascinating day. I think, first of all, the quality of the presentations and the speakers. So we heard from Michael Marmot. My personal highlight was that he retweeted my tweet about housing, because I said, of course, it's impossible to have healthy lives if you don't have decent housing. So all of these things join up, and that's the important thing. Delegates, I think, really interesting to see how technology, assistive technologies, have changed in recent years. So we've moved away from solutions that are quite institutional and possibly stigmatizing to wearable devices like watches, like Fitbit type devices, which help to enable people to stay independent outside of their own homes as well as within their homes. So people have been really interested in the technology, and we're, as an organisation, we already work with over 60 housing associations and local authorities, and we're just keen to join up with organisations who've got similar values, similar goals as ourselves, really. So it's been wonderful that so many people have come to talk to us today.